For introduction of this book review, the term of interfaith dialogue refers to the positive and cooperative interaction between people of different religions, faiths, and spiritual beliefs to promote understanding between different religions to increase acceptance and tolerance. The call to interfaith dialogue is not a luxury for the few, but a requirement of the many, and its implications reach well beyond establishing positive relations among the religions themselves. To be a catalyst for personal, social, and cultural transformation. This is particularly the case with the prophetic religions of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, whose teachings espouse peace, justice, and reconciliation among peoples, and yet whose actions have not always followed these precepts in their relation with one another with people of other traditions, including, for example, Australia's indigenous peoples.
Methodology used by author in this book, Introduction to Christian Ethics, is historical context and development. Croth explored the development of ethical thought from early Christianity to the modern era. Second, theological perspective. Croth discussed the various approaches used by various Christian groups such as Catholic, Protestant, and Orthodox to ethical dilemmas. Third is biblical foundation. The book analyzed the ethical teaching in the Sermon on the Mount, focusing on Jesus' principle of love, forgiveness, and justice, well as the influence of Old Testament law and prophetic writing. Last but not least is philosophical engagement. The book compares Christian ethical principles with secular theories like utilitarianism and Kantian ethics, highlighting difference in motivation and application, such as the concept of agape love versus the greatest good for the greatest number.
The 5 fundamental goals from the book are in comparison to Christian ethics. First, the fundamental standard of Christian morals, where it gives a profound understanding of the standard of the fundamental standard of Christian ethics, such as adore, equity, and inconvenience, which could be a direct to construct moral. Second, source of ethical direction. This book emphasizes the significance of conventional church sacred writing and common sense as the most source of moral direction. It moreover makes a difference pressure get it how to combine these three sources in standard of living. Third, adore as the premise of Christian ethics. Clarify how agape, cherish or unlimited cherish is the most rule in Christian moral. Last but not least, social equity. Within this Christian concept emphasizes the duty to assist those who are marginalized and battle for equity in society. Last, moral and legislative issues. Give understanding on how Christian moral standards are connected within the political field that empower inclusion that fulfill duty.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Sofia binti Abdul Aziz. My number matric is 1223109. Okay, 5 items. First, biblical foundation. Biblical foundation is some of the values of the people in the Christian community can be attributed to the rich source of information from the Bible. This paper will include 3 types of evidence. The second is theological theological principles. Understanding these principles assists in the learning the reason and direction of ethical living within Christian religions. The third is moral decision making. These are some of the ways that Christian ethics helps in the formulation of a process that can be utilized in making moral decisions. The fourth is virtue ethics. Students are encouraged to embrace the right moral conduct with specific virtues including love, humility, justice, and mercy. It is mainly based on the teachings of the virtue ethics, which require those in the society to practice these virtues in life as Jesus did. And the last one is social and ethical issues. An introduction to Christian ethics usually outlines the general ways by which the Christian should approach different social and ethical questions regarding poverty, justice, human rights, environment concern, bioethics, and sexuality.
In this book is to talk approximately how are challenges in comparing between great and durable, typically likely to include a discourse between moral or default essence. Here it moreover alludes to the fight of Christianity and Christian moral while examining Christian essence, counting sacred with writing and other devout doctrine and influencing ethics. All through this book may be a nitty-gritty investigation of how Christians look for and apply direction in their life to create a moral life. The book also provides guidance on ethics that can serve as a guide as long as it does not contradict Sharia. The book also teaches us about the difference in various cultures according to their religions and belief in their religion. Additionally, we also learn what is prohibited in their religion and we can differentiate it from our religions.
In my perspective of my opinions from this book, a lot of different Christian ethical perspectives are discussed in this book. An introduction to Christian ethics, which can also help readers learn more about the various roles that religions play in people's daily lives. Along with stories and explanations, this book also covers various religious systems, including Buddhism, Hinduism, Islam, and Judaism. We can observe from it how different religious beliefs and decision-making are based on their respective faiths. The Al-Quran is our holy book, and the only source of dependence for Muslims is Allah. However, Jesus and the idea that there is more than one God are central to the Christian faith and scripture. This book also explains many religions and how different believers might discern God's will in a very simple and concise manner.
My comment about this book, Introduction to Christian Ethics, is the book delves into theological premises related to faith, exploring belief of God, humankind, and history, while also considering the relationship between faith and salvation. Besides that, the book also discusses alternative ethical systems, including religious systems such as Judaism, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, humanism, objectivism, and behaviorism. The book provides a deep understanding of the theological foundation in Christian ethics, contrasting with Islamic ethics, which are sourced from the Quran and Sunnah. Lastly, the book also highlights cultural difference based on their religion and belief.
My comment about this book, An Introduction to Christian Ethics, they story a lot of Christian ethics perspective and can help to increase knowledge about what variety religions do and believe in their social life. Next, this book also story and explain about another religion system such as Judaism, Islam, Hinduism, Buddhism, and other religions. From that, we can see how the variety religions believe and make decisions on the basis of their faith. In Islam, need to depend only just one God, Allah, and our holy book Al-Quran. But for the Christian, His Holy Bible is all about Jesus and their belief that not only one God. These books are very explain clearly about variety religion and different believer is to know the will of God.
Okay, my opinion. The first one is the introduction should be engaging and easily related to draw the reader in at the very beginning. It must create a certain mood that makes viewers feel comfortable at the site itself must try to tell them, I get you. This may be real or a written story, and sharing such testimony or story could just be the best way of achieving this. Second, emphasizing inclusivity and the sense of community is important. The introduction should invite viewers from diverse backgrounds to join the conversation, creating a space where everyone feels valued and included. Highlighting opportunities for audience interaction and participation can also enhance the sense of community.
To summarize, the book and introduction to Christian ethics have a lot of key points. This book explains about integration of faith and ethics. Next, about moral responsibility. It emphasizes the moral responsibility of individuals to act justly and compassionately, guided by the teachings of Jesus and the overarching principle of love. Overall, the book concludes with a call to action for Christians to live out their ethical belief in a way that positively impacts both their immediate communities and the broader world.